Who is the best at 154? Everybody knows that the 154 division, junior middleweight, is probably the most stacked division in boxing at the moment, if not the most stacked. I mean, we have a lot of great fighters in the division, and it's just getting better and better every time. Probably the most exciting boxers in boxing are the 154 division. And so far, we had some great fights, including the Zoo Fundora fights, the Magdrumov Ortiz fight, the Boachuk Ortiz fight, the Magdrumov Crawford fight. Like, so far, fantastic fights. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to rank the fighters and give you my personal opinion on who I think the best at 154 is. We're gonna rank them based on their resume, their style, and who I think beats who. Let's start with the champions. Who has the belts? The WBC champion is Sebastian Fundora. He's 23, 1-1, 15 KOs. He won the title by beating Tim Tszyu. He defended it 2 times, once against Cordell Booker, second time against Tim Tszyu in the second fight. He's a pressure fighter, come forward pressure fighter, and he's obviously the tallest guy, the tallest super welterweight ever. Throws uppercuts, a lot of volume. He has some holes in his game, and I think he's getting better with every fight. You know what I'm saying? Notable wins are Erickson Lubin and Tim Tszyu. The IBF champion is Bahram Murtazaliev. He's very underrated. I would say he's the real boogeyman at 154. He won the title by beating Jack Colkay. He defended it 1 time by destroying Tim Tszyu. He's a boxer puncher. He's a very dangerous fighter. He has power. He's very big. He's big for the weight. And he's avoided. You know what I'm saying? Before becoming the champion, he was the long overdue mandatory for Jermel Charlo. Notable wins are Jack Colkay and Tim Tszyu. The WBO champion is Xander Zayas. He won the title recently by beating Jorge Garcia Perez, who's the guy who beat Charles Conwell. He's a very good fighter. He's a boxer puncher. Very good fundamentals. Very good defense. Very good body puncher too. I would say he has a good chin so far. We saw him take some good shots from Perez. Notable wins are, I would say, Jorge Garcia Perez. We'll see what happens from now on. The WBA champion is Terence Crawford, but I wouldn't count Terence Crawford. We know he has a fight against Canelo, and we don't know what's going to happen. So at the moment, I would just say the WBA is vacant. So let's talk about the non-champions. First fighter we have is Virgil Ortiz. He's the WBC interim. He's the mandatory for Fundora's title. He's a very good pressure fighter. Very good jab. He has power, speed, He's a body puncher. He's relentless. Also, I think he has a very good high guard, underrated. His defense is very underrated. Notable wins are Madrimov and Boachuk. I thought he lost the Boachuk fight. Next, Jaron Boots Ennis. He's the new guy at the division. He's a former welterweight champion. He was too big for welterweight. I would say he was bullying guys there. I think he's gonna fight Josh Kelly, and I think he's gonna destroy him. He's a boxer puncher, flashy, quick hands, very athletic, and he has a very good jab, power in both hands, switch hitter. And his notable wins are Karen Jukajan and Eimantas Stanionis. Israel Madrimov, he's 10-2-1 with 7 KOs. He's the former WBA champion before losing to Terence Crawford. He's a very good fighter, one of the best fighters at 154. You know, he's fantastic boxer puncher maybe. Uh, Fantastic footwork. Okay, he gave Terence Crawford a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying? Uh, his notable wins are Kurbanov, I would say. You know, yeah, he gave Terence a lot of problems, and also I actually thought he was gonna beat Virgil Ortiz. Serhii Boachuk, 26-2 with 24 KOs. He's a very good puncher. He's the former interim WBC champion before losing to Virgil Ortiz. I would say he's a boxer, puncher. I don't think he's a boxer, man. I think he's a puncher. Sorry. You know, he has 24 KOs. He has, very good high guard, but I would say he's a flat-footed, but his style is very effective against, other fighters. Uh, yeah, he was tapped one time, and also he lost to Virgil Ortiz. I really thought he won that fight, and his last fight was very close. I thought he won. He lost that one too. Notable wins are Brian Mendoza and Ishmael Davies. Next, Jesus Ramos, who is one of my favorite fighters at 154. He's 23-1. He's big for the weight. He lost to Erickson Lubin. I thought that was a very close fight. He's a boxer puncher. Very, very good boxer. He has an underrated defense, and he's a very good counter puncher. He's very good at catch counters. Uh, his notable wins are Jason Rosario and Joey Spencer. Erickson Lubin, 27-2 with 18 KOs. He's southpaw, very good boxer puncher. I would say he's mainly a boxer, and he moves very well. Uh, he lost 2 times. He was stopped 2 times. Once by Jermel Charlo, the other time by Sebastian Fundora. He gave Fundora a lot of problems. Um, his notable wins are Jason Rosario and Jesus Ramos. So this is my personal ranking at 154. I put Fundora at number 1 because I think he's the most difficult to beat, stylistically. He's just too tall and too rangy, you know what I'm saying? He's just a walking problem for everybody at 154. I think he beats most of the guys, including Boots, Zayas, all of them, Ramos. I would say he's going to have a lot of problems with Madrimov. Madrimov can beat him. I would say Mortazaliev stops him maybe, and Ortiz can beat him too. I put Mortazaliev at number 2 because I still think, he's still slept on, you know what I'm saying? And his style, you know what I'm saying? He's just big for the weight. And also he's a very good puncher. Very good puncher, you know what I'm saying? He has I think a bad defense, you know what I'm saying? He can be exploited. I think he beats everybody actually. Maybe I think he's gonna lose to Madrimov because of the movement, and the footwork. I think he's gonna have a lot of problems with Boots and Ramos. Uh, the fight between him and Ortiz is gonna be a very, very action fight. But I think he beats Boots too. Sorry, he beats Ortiz too. You know what I'm saying? I have Ortiz at number 3 because I would say stylistically, you know what I'm saying? He already beat two of the guys, Boachuk and Madrimov. I actually thought he was gonna lose to Madrimov, but he proved me wrong. I think he beats Boots if they fight. You know what I'm saying? Boots is just not gonna be able to endure the pressure from Ortiz. Very good jab. The body punching, you know what I'm saying? Boots might be able to move and box for the first couple of rounds, but you know what I'm saying? As the fight goes on, it's gonna be really hard for him. I think he's gonna have some problems with Lubin, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Lubin hits hard too. I think he beats everybody else. Maybe I think Ramos can beat him too. So yeah, I have Boots at number 4, mainly because I think he can surprise us. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, since I picked Fundora, Murtazaliev, and Ortiz to beat him, I'm kind of like maybe overlooking him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Undermining his skills, but we still don't know. How he's gonna look at 154. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know. We're not sure. This is not the welterweight where he can bully everybody with his size. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we'll see. I have Ramos at number 5 because I think everybody's overlooking him. You know what I'm saying? He's slept on. Uh, he's big for the weight. I think he's the biggest at 154, bigger than Fondora. Fondora's just tall, maybe a little bit smaller than Murtazaliev, but he's big, man. He can bully guys, and he's a very good boxer, and he can punch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he beats. I think he beats Fondora. I already said that, and I think he can beat Boots too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about Ortiz. They kind of fight like the same, but I would say Ortiz is a little bit better. Zayas, number 5. He kind of surprised me with his last performance. I thought it was going to be hard for him, but maybe that style was just tailor-made for him, you know what I'm saying? I think he's the weakest guy, weakest champion at 154 at the moment. He's still green, he's still young, we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm a little bit impressed with him. That's why I put him at number 6. Number 7, I have Madrimov. I actually was expecting Madrimov to beat Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? Before that, he had a fight with Boachuk and he pulled out with an injury or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was so impressed with the Crawford performance that I kind of like completely overlooked Ortiz, which is a very stupid thing to do, but nevertheless, I think he beats Fondora. You know what I'm saying? I really think he beats Boots with his movement. Boots so far didn't fight like someone like who moves like Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? With his footwork, it's gonna be a very hard fight for him. I have Lubin at number 8. He kind of like disappointed me with his performances against Charlo and Fondora. I really thought he was gonna give Charlo a hard fight, but he got caught with a very good punch. I'm still impressed with him. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of underrated. You know what I'm saying? Although I think he's gonna boost most of the top guys. I think he can give Boots a really hard fight. You know what I'm saying? And I really think he can beat Xander Zayas. We have Boachuk at number 9. Very good puncher. But I really didn't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not impressed that much with him. And you know what I'm saying? The Ortiz fight was fantastic fight, but this guy kind of like needs to work on his footwork a little bit. He's too stationary. Yeah, very good guard, but and he can punch, but yeah. If you like these kind of videos, I would really appreciate if you subscribed. My goal is to get to 10 subscribers, man. I only have 3 subscribers. I really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. And if you have any boxing related topics, comment below. I would be happy to read and make a video about that. Thank you very much.